matchup between the visiting Gilbert Tigers and your Knoxville Panthers. First, the starting lineup for the Gilbert Tigers. Batting first, center fielder number 2, Tommy McGuire. Batting second baseman number 12, Alden Short. Batting third, first baseman number 30, Trip Sturgill. Batting fourth, DH number 22, Seth Papish. Also in the four-hole is left fielder number 27, Micah Leva. Batting fifth, shortstop number 10, Ian Eldred. Batting sixth, the pitcher number 6, Josh Rowinkle. Batting seventh, the catcher number 15, Blake Bell. Batting eighth, third baseman number 20, Matt Zaz. And batting ninth, the right fielder number 3, Braden Howard. Assistant coaches for the Tigers are Cale Jensen, Jake Shedorowicz, Troy Stout, and Sam Vanderpool. Head coach for the Tigers is Jake Gall. And now, your starting lineup for your Knoxville Panthers. Batting first, center fielder number 23, Kyler Gifford. Batting second, shortstop number 45, Lincoln Norris. Batting third, left fielder number 1, Luke Rosaboom. Batting fourth, first baseman number 4, Roston McCarty. Batting fifth, second baseman number 3, Brady Rosaboom. Batting sixth, third baseman number 11, Brendan Woolsey. Batting seventh, DH number 99, Reagan Roberts. Also in the 7th spot, the catcher number 2, Garrett Kingery. Batting 8th, the pitcher number 6, Jensen Ferguson. And batting 9th, right fielder number 7, Riker Gifford. Assistant coaches for the Panthers are Cam Liston, River Baker, Jared Warren, Sam Staley, and Coach Jones. Head coach for the Panthers is Turner DeVore. Umpires for tonight's contest are Nate Brock and Richie Chives. At this time, we ask that you kindly stand and remove your caps for the playing of tonight's national anthem.
And it is time for baseball here in Knoxville, Iowa. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Tiger Broadcast here on YouTube. My name's Cale Sleazer, and it is once again my honor and privilege to be the voice of Gilbert Tigers baseball this season. Folks, it is a picture-perfect night here in Knoxville. Light breeze coming in, partly cloudy. Feels like 64 degrees. Soak it in while you can. It's going to get a lot hotter next week. Well, what's hot right now is the Tigers. They had a great win against the Bondurant-Farrar Blue Jays last night on the road in a 2-1 thriller. Tommy McGuire was masterful on the mound, dealing 6 innings of 5 strikeout, 1-run ball. Trip Sturgill shut it down for the save, and the Tigers will look to stay hot against the 1-3 Knoxville Panthers. Panthers lost a close one to Sheraton last night by a score of 3-2, and Knoxville's enjoyed a lot of home cooking so far this year. They have not had a road game yet. They have stayed planted right here in Knoxville, so the Tigers are looking to knock them off here at home while they may be comfortable. The man on the mound tonight for the Panthers is number 6, Trey White. White's numbers last year, 5.88 ERA. Only pitched 8 1/3, but had 9 strikeouts in those innings. So not a bad strikeout Ks through 9, if you will, stat there. Tigers lineup, Tommy McGuire leads off as he usually does at center field. Alden Short batting second. Trip Sturgill batting third. Seth Popish in the cleanup spot at DH. He will bat for the designated player in left field, Michael Leva. Ian Eldred bats fifth. Josh Grauwinkle is the man on the mound for the Tigers tonight. He will bat sixth. Bell doing the catching, batting seventh. Blake Bell batting eighth. Matt Zaz. And Mr. Hustle, Braden Howard, is in right field tonight, batting ninth. First pitch to Tommy. He shows a bunt. It's over to the mound. Throw to first is in time. Good effort by known bunter Tommy McGuire, but just a little bit too close to the pitcher's mound there. So 1 pitch, 1 out, as that will be a 1-3 put out on Tommy. And here comes all the offense from last night. Alden Short carrying over from his video game-like season last year. Drove in both runs on a single and a double last night in Bondurant. As he takes a strike. And it's looking like that lower edge of the zone will be popular again tonight, just like it was last night. That one's on the ground to shortstop. It's cleanly gloved. Throw to first is in time, and the Tigers are being aggressive early in at-bats. Hasn't worked out so far. 3 pitches, 2 outs. And here comes Sturgill.
Now batting first baseman number 30, Trip Sturgill.
Sturgill had a rough night last night, but before that, 2 hits, a double, and 3 RBI in his first 3 games, looking to get back in the hit column tonight. Sturgill takes a strike. Trip Sturgill has the only stat there for you folks, as that one is tapped foul. That one is hit deep to center field. That one's going back, and it will be caught on the run. That's Luke Roseboom making the catch. And Jessen Ferguson, the starter tonight, I was looking at the wrong roster from last year. That's Jessen Ferguson for the Panthers, dealing a 1-2-3 inning. Tigers will be back to play defense in the bottom of the first when we come back. Bottom of the first here in Knoxville. Tigers went 1-2-3 in the top of the inning, and that will be up to Josh Grauwinkle to hold the line for the Tigers. Josh had a great relief appearance earlier this year. 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit last week. That one's popped up, calling for it, and sneaking onto the grass is the second baseman, Alden Short. And a lot of first pitch swings tonight. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the bottom of inning number 1. Score that one a P4.
Shortstop, number 45, Lincoln Norris.
And here comes Lincoln Norris, the shortstop, wearing number 45. So that one misses high. You don't typically see shortstop wearing a number in the 40s. Can't say I've seen that before. And I think that one grazed Norris, and it did. He will take the courtesy trot to first. And that'll be a grazed hit by pitch. Norris had a .475 on base last season. That'll help his on base this season. Here's Luke Rosaboom, one of 2 Rosabooms on this team, assuming that they are twin brothers, both in the same class. Luke's numbers last year, .303 average, .431 on base, 17 RBI in 34 games last season. First pitch, big swing and a miss. Some high heat from Grauwinkle there. When the Tigers have scored early this year, it has been a recipe for success. That one is swung on and missed. Tigers come in with a record of 2-2. All of their games have been within 2 runs. So the Tigers doing what they did last year and playing close games, but early in the season, they've taken just as many as they've dropped, which is more than they can say last season. They're definitely growing under new head coach Jake Gall. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 3 and strikeout number 4 on the year for Grauwinkle, first on the night. And here is cleanup man Boston McCarty. McCarty had numbers very similar to Alden Short last year. .400 average, .625 on base, and 5 RBI in 15 games in his freshman campaign. That's on the ground to Short, cleanly gloved, throw to first is routine, and that's one of the fastest first innings you will ever see. We're through 1 inning of baseball here in beautiful Knoxville, Iowa. Still no score between the Tigers and Panthers. We'll be back with inning number 2. Popish, Eldred, Grauwinkle will bat when we return.
Number 22, Seth Hattish.
Middle of the order, top of inning number 2. As I update the score bug for you folks at home. Cale Sleazer here with you on Tiger Broadcast. Glad to see 9 of you here with us. First pitch to Popish. Up high for ball 1. Seth has shown good plate discipline so far this year. 2 hits, 3 walks, and an RBI in 4 games. That one's hit well to left. That ball is back. That ball is caught. That was one heck of a catch by Luke Rosebroom out in left. He took away extra bases. And Popish will jog back to the dugout. Tip of the cap to Mr. Roseboom there. And that will be an emphatic F7 to start the inning. Here comes Ian Eldred. He hits this one on the ground to shortstop, cleanly gloved, throw to first on the run. Good throw by Lincoln Norris. And 3 pitches, 2 outs already here in the top of the second. Both sides being very aggressive early in counts here. And here comes Josh Grauwinkle trying to help his own cause as the pitcher will stand in.
Now batting pitcher number 6, Josh Grauwinkle.
Last night's ball game went by pretty quick. Finished in about an hour and a half. So that one's a strike on the inside edge. Been a bit of a cold start for Josh at the plate to start the year. Still looking for his first hit. So that one is a bit of a spike ball in the dirt there, 1-1. Blake Bell awaits on deck should the inning continue. And that one hits Josh. That'll help the on base, and that's the first Tiger base runner of the day. So a hit batsman on both sides, Lincoln Norris for the Panthers and now Grauwinkle for the Tigers, and Bell will get a chance in the 7th spot. Bell had a solid game last night. Caught very well. Him and Tommy have a great unspoken language whenever they're battery mates out there. Also had, Bell did, a walk and a single. First pitch swinging, this is on the ground to third. It's cleanly gloved, throw to first, and a very quick top of the second comes to a close as Grauwinkle can't get past first after that hit by pitch. We go to the bottom of the second. This game is going by quick. Don't blink, folks, or you'll miss it. We'll be back with the bottom of the second in a moment. And we're about ready for the bottom of the second as Brady Roseboom will lead it off for the Panthers. Folks, I got to give credit where credit is due. This is a beautiful game day environment here in Knoxville. Great campus, just on the edge of town. Very welcoming, big, blocky, yellow lettered Knoxville sign as you turn into the school. The school and the athletic complex are kind of melded together. I've really never seen anything like it here in the state of Iowa. And some beautiful hills on the horizon. That's a one-hopper to Zaz at third. A little bit high, but corralled by Tripp Sturgill. And hopefully Brady Roseboom is all right. He took a bit of a tumble there as he sprinted through first. And he's stretching out his leg. He is on his feet. He's feeling at that left ankle where his shin guard is. Trying to stretch it out, stay on his feet, now taking off the shin guard. That'll be a 5-3 putout. And Roseboom will jog back to the dugout. Good ovation from both sides here. Got to give credit to the Knoxville fans, too. They've filled the stands pretty well tonight. Very vocal crowd. And here comes Brendan Wolseley with one away. And hopefully that is not the last we see of Brady Roseboom tonight. We'll see if he comes back out to second base to start the third inning. That's fouled back to the screen. Another first pitch swing from the Panthers. And there's Coach Gall running past your screen to get that ball. Next offering. That's fouled back to the screen again. Coach Gall says, I'm not getting that one. It's a fun little jab there from Coach Gall. We've loved having Coach Gall here in Gilbert. He's been very accommodating to us here on Tiger Broadcast. He is always ready with the lineup when we need it. Makes it a point to get it to us as early as he can. We very much appreciate that here. Called strike 3. Second strikeout of the night for Grauwinkle as Wolseley is down looking. And here is Reagan Roberts, the DH. He's batting for the catcher Garrett Kingery. That one misses high. Roberts hit .246 last year with a .359 on base as that's chopped to Eldred. Strong throw, good crouch by Sturgill. And this ball game is absolutely flying by. We're about 20 minutes in. We're already through 2 innings. We'll be back with the top of the third in just a moment. Don't blink or you'll miss it. And we're about ready to get started with the top of the third. Thank you for joining us here on Tiger Broadcast. Glad to see 13 of you here with us. K.O. Sleazer here with you again. Always a pleasure here on Tiger Broadcast. 8-9-1 for the Tigers. Zaz, Howard, McGuire. And fortunately for the Panthers, second baseman Brady Roseboom is back out at second base. So a little bit of a scare in the previous half inning as that's on the ground to third. It sneaks under the glove. And it's gloved by shortstop. Throw to first is close, but Zaz makes it. That was a great heads-up play. Good effort there by Lincoln Norris. We'll see what that is scored. Took a nasty hop. Zaz will be on first to lead off the inning. Still no update on the scoreboard for a hit or an error. They will score it an error. E5. And bunt shown by Braden Howard. It's popped up. It lands foul. Got word last night that concluding the track season for Howard, who did very well, by the way, with his speed, Howard really hadn't swung the bat much going into last night's game, but he still managed to scratch out a single. That's just the kind of grit that Howard has. And a close play at first as Zaz dives back in safely after the check from Panther pitcher Jessen Ferguson. Counts 0-1. Bunt shown, it's laid down foul. Howard a little frustrated with himself there. He usually lays those down. Him and Tommy McGuire on deck have one of the best 1-2 bunt combinations this broadcaster's seen in his 6 years behind the mic. They made it work for them in the sub-state playoffs last year, where they made one of the best Cinderella runs in the state of Iowa. Absolute treat to watch these Tigers make a run. Another throwback to first, another dive in safely by Zaz. Still no hits in this ball game. 2 hit batsmen and an error. As Howard takes called strike 3. Seemed a little surprised by that call, as that's out number 1. Strikeout number 1 for Ferguson. And we're back to the top of the order with McGuire. Tommy grounded out 1-3 in his first plate appearances. That's in the dirt. Zaz will make it to second. It'll be a wild pitch. That's the first runner in scoring position we've seen tonight as we're in the top of the third.
Come on, Tommy, use it. Go, Tommy, base hit. 1 to drive, 2.
Tommy has been the rally starter for the Tigers so far this season. He's scored 5 of their runs so far. A .533 on base coming into tonight, too. He's taken his walks. As that one skips in the dirt as well. Good snag by Kingery back there, the designated player. This might be the furthest behind that either starting pitcher has fallen behind in the count tonight, as Ferguson needs to deal a strike here. Down 2-0, now down 3-0 as that misses high. Tommy can be very picky here. Alden Short awaits on deck. And that'll be called ball 4 as Tommy walks on 4 pitches, increases that already sky-high on-base percentage. And the Tigers have a great chance to score here with the heart of the order coming up. First free pass of this game by either side. McGuire, or rather Grauwinkle and Ferguson have been very aggressive on the mound as Alden takes a strike at the knees. Didn't love that call. Alden drove in both runs in the 2-1 victory last night at Bondurant-Farrar. Tigers have had their number out there in Bondurant. 3 straight years they've gone out there and won. So that one skips in the dirt. Was talking in the car on the way home last night with Blake's parents and my aunt and uncle, Brett and Alice. 6-0 victory 2 years ago on Alec Bell and Eli Eldred's senior night out there. Eli pitched lights out in the 6-0 victory. And that's some of the best chicken that I've ever seen a high school coach play out there at third base. I could see Coach Gall smiling from ear to ear down there as the seasoned college coach was not fazed by that one. In fact, he reached out his hand and tried to catch that one. We're loving Coach Gall out here in Gilbert. Great energy from Coach. Counts 1-2 after that screaming foul ball. And that's on the ground to the left side. That sneaks through for a base hit. Zaz will park at third. And the bases are loaded for Trip Sturgill, who's already driven in several for the Tigers this year. First hit of this ball game belongs to Alden Short. Can't say that's a surprise. Bases loaded, 1 away for Sturgill. Sturgill already has 3 RBI on the season and has a chance for more here. Fly ball to the outfield would break this stalemate. And a check swing, that's a fair ball. Throw to first is wild. 1 run is in. Tommy will get in for another. Alden Short advances to third. And it's 2-0 Tigers. Garrett Kingery did not cover home. He went for the ball just like Jessen Ferguson did, and the throw skipped in at first. And it's now runners on the corners with 2 home. Sturgill does get an RBI on the play. be another error on the Panthers. That's their second. As Popish takes ball one. Tigers have a chance to really bust this one open. That's a strike called on Popish. Count 1-1. Popish hit it well, but flew out to left his last time. That one's ripped. Fair ball down the left field line. This will score short. Sturgill stops at second. It's 3-0 Tigers as Popish gives a hand to the dugout. And the floodgates have opened after what was looking like a pitcher's duel to start the night here in Knoxville. And here comes Eldred with first and second. One away, as we'll have time called here as the Knoxville coaching staff will talk it over with the battery. Two errors and 2 hits in the inning. 3 runs are home. Only 2 of the runs are earned to this point. Zaz reached on an E5. Braden Howard struck out. Walk by Tommy McGuire. Single by Alden Short. Sturgill drove in a run on an error that scored another run. And then moments ago, Seth Popish with a screaming single down the left field line. That might have landed right on the line with how close it was. Meeting will disperse. And here comes Eldred. Grounded out to shortstop his last time. Seth Popish on first. Trip Sturgill on second. Josh Grauwinkle on deck. First pitch to Eldred is down low for a ball. Stopped in the dirt by Kingery. Tigers looking to get back over 500. Come into tonight with a 2-2 record. Panthers have a 1-3 record. Lost a close one to Sheraton last night, 2A powerhouse. And that's going to be a balk. Runners advance to station as Ferguson just dropped the ball on the mound. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Eldred. Eldred was a 2-run single master in the sub-state playoffs last year. That's on the ground. Cleanly gloved by shortstop. Throw to first is in time. And the Tigers will gladly exchange an out for a run there. It's 4-0. It'll be an RBI 6-3 for Eldred.
Now batting pitcher number 6, Josh Grauwinkle.
And Grauwinkle will try and help his cause with Popish on third and 2 away. This would be a great time for Josh's first hit of the year. Check swing in the dirt. It looks like Grauwinkle held up, no appeal, 1-0. Blake Bell on deck. Should the inning continue for the Tigers. And that is something that you hate to see, especially coming from yours truly, a former catcher. Garrett Kingery, the designated player, is clutching at a spot you never want to clutch at any position, especially catcher. We hope he is okay. I've taken a few of those in my day, folks. Those are not fun. Kingery trying to stretch it out. Home plate umpire checking in, telling him to take his time. Get some water. 4-0 our score here in the top of the third. The floodgates have opened. 2 hits, 2 errors. Hit by pitch. That was actually Grauwinkle in the previous inning, as he's due up here next. Kingery trying to stretch it out. Much respect to the catcher. And it looks like he'll stay out there. And gets a nice hand from the crowd. It's always great to observe the relationship between umpire and catcher. Home plate umpire did a good job there of pausing the game immediately, making sure that his fellow armored man back there is okay. And that one will hit Groundwinkle. He's been plunked twice. That hit him square in the elbow guard. And the Tiger dugout is loving it. So, first and third. And Blake Bell's specialty is RBIs with 2 outs. Sure, you folks have heard me mention this a few times now, but we are working on putting a highlight tape together for Blake. Been combing through his footage this year and a little bit last year. He is great at first pitch swings, putting the ball in play for RBIs with 2 outs and with a runner in scoring position. So keep an eye on the first pitch swing here. He took a lot of low ones for balls last night on the first pitch. We'll see if he gets something to hit here. Swing and a miss. That tailed low. Good pitch there. Bell did have a single and a walk last night in Bondurant. Taylor Dukes is courtesy running at first for Groundwinkle. That one's in the dirt. Groundwinkle will have another run to work with when he comes back, as a wild pitch will score another one. It's 5-0. And the floodgates have opened even further. Tiger dugout is loving it. So Dukes advances to second, running for Groundwinkle, as Popish scores. Still a runner in scoring position. And that one hit Bell. Knoxville crowd arguing that it was a swing, but I don't think so. That'll help the on-base percentage. Back-to-back hit by pitches by Ferguson. We'll see how long his leash is here, as the wheels are really falling off here in the third, as Joey Pyfron will come in and run for Blake. Joey's been running a lot for Blake this year. And here comes Zaz, who reached on an error to start the inning. First and second, 2 away for the Tiger third baseman. That one's in the dirt. And you have got to give credit to Garrett Kingery back there. He has not had an easy night. He's stretching out a little bit more back there. You can tell he's still in some pain, but he's playing through it. Much respect to the kid. Three hits and 2 errors and 2 hit by pitches in the inning. In the dirt again. Another good stop by Kingery. Just crossing our fingers back there that the kid doesn't take any more punishment. He's really playing through some pain right now.
Grab one, kid.
That one misses 3-0. There's still no action in the Panther bullpen, but I did just see a head coach walk out there. Maybe somebody's stretching out of view of our camera. But it has just been a nightmare inning for Jessen Ferguson. 3-0. And a called strike. Zaz can't believe it. Kingery didn't glove that one cleanly, but it was near the knees. That's been called tonight. Mr. Hustle, Braden Howard on deck. Runners get their leads, modest leads by Dukes and Pyfron, courtesy running. Throw back to second. At least a move back to second, nobody there. 3-1. That one misses, ball 4. Zaz draws a walk. Matt Zaz has been drawing walks like nobody's business as he loads the bases. Zaz coming into tonight has a .714 on-base percentage. And after reaching on the error last time and even walking this time, that .714 will go down. Bases loaded for Howard as he takes a strike at the knees. Howard is the lone strikeout victim claimed by Ferguson so far tonight. That's a strike. And Howard will have to fight down 0-2 here. 5 home in the inning for the Tigers, looking for more to help out Josh Groundwinkle on the mound. That one is hit well to left, but camping under it and making the catch is left fielder Luke Roseboom, and that ends the inning, but the Tigers explode for 5. Josh Groundwinkle's got a nice cushion to work with. We'll be back with the bottom of the third in just a moment. And we're back with Gilbert Tigers baseball here on Tiger Broadcast. Kale Sleezer here with you. Glad to see 18 of you here with us tonight. Always love Craig leaving comments in the comment section, which is a great segue for an announcement that we've talked about a few times this week. Tomorrow's game against Norwalk will be on their huddle page, as that is a called strike. To start off, Jessen Ferguson, who got knocked around in the previous inning. That one's tapped foul, 0-2. But tomorrow's game in Norwalk will be streamed on their huddle. That link has been provided in the first comment of this live stream here from Tiger Broadcast. On the off chance that they are not live streaming, however, they did tell us that we could bring our gear just in case. That's called strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Mr. Ferguson. And here comes Riker Gifford in the 9 spot for the Panthers. That strikeout is Groundwinkle's 3rd. He's really loving his strikeouts so far this season. Ooh, close miss there for ball 1. Tigers' starting pitching has been phenomenal to start this season. That one misses low, 2-0. In game 1 of the doubleheader against Sadell last week, Sturgill pitched a complete game victory. Sturgill also locked down the save last night after 6 innings of 1-run ball from Tommy McGuire and a called strike there. And Groundwinkle so far tonight has been on the money and had a great bullpen appearance earlier this year. 2 innings, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, no runs. On the ground to 3rd, that's foul. And that'll even up the count at 2. Still don't see anyone pitching in the Knoxville bullpen, but I did see a coach walk out there earlier, potentially getting some guys stretched out there. Here's the 2-2 from Josh. Popped up, drifting. Oh, Zaz falls down. That got out of play.
That's right, man.
Bit of a sheepish smile there from Matt Zaz. He's got a big old smile on his face. You got to respect the effort from Zazie. Always has a great attitude out there with the guys. I could see the Tiger infield smiling too after that play. I'm sure they'll give Zazie a little bit of grief after that one, as the count is 3-2. Zaz had no chance at that ball. It landed in the bullpen. They're all still smiling, talking to themselves out there after that. That one just misses inside for ball 4. Good at bat by Riker Gifford.
Center fielder number 23, Tyler Gifford.
First walk issued by Grauwinkle tonight. And we're back to the top of the order in Kyler Gifford. Couple of sets of brothers from the looks of it on this team. Looks like we'll have a courtesy runner come in.
Runner for the Panthers, number 20, Grant Moss.
This will be Grant DeMoss coming in. Runner on first, one away. Kyler Gifford popped out to second and fouls one back to the screen there. 5-0 our score, in case any of you folks missed it. Tigers really busted it open in the top of the inning. Few hits, few hit batsmen, few errors, a little bit of everything. That one misses high, 1-1. And there are a couple of arms, I believe, throwing out there for the Panthers. At least one. I see a 7 back there. If that lines up with the roster, that's Kading maybe. Nice play at shortstop by Eldred. He played that on a nasty bounce and got the force out. It'll be a 6-4 fielder's choice. That's one of the better plays we've seen Eldred make in the last couple of years. That was nice. That was a brutal hop. Very late adjustment made there by Eldred. Don't think that quite got caught on our camera shot, but that was a very nice play. That one is hit well to right, but right at Braden Howard, and that's out number 3. Tigers are rolling here in Knoxville. It's 5-0 going to the 4th. We'll be back in just a moment here on Tiger Broadcast. Riker Gifford on the mound now for the Panthers. We're ready for the top of inning number 4. Cale Sleazer here with you on Tiger Broadcast. Beautiful night in Knoxville. Great game day environment here in Knoxville. Have to give credit where credit is due. I don't know who is running music in the Knoxville booth tonight, but they have done a phenomenal job. There's been a little bit of everything tonight. Got a nice baseball song on right now. Had some old school and new school in pregame. Classic rock. There was some Shakira in there. Don't hear enough Shakira these days. We're back to the top of the order for the Tigers. McGuire, Short, Sturgill. Tommy walked his last time, helping his already Sky on base percentage of .533 coming into tonight. Has also scored a team-leading 5 runs coming into tonight and scored another one in the top of the third. First pitch of the night from Riker Gifford in relief is a strike. In case anyone is interested in the Pacers-Knicks score, the Knicks lead 50-36 in New York. In case any Iowa State fans are out there rooting for Tyrese Halliburton. 50-36. Knicks. Alden didn't seem to like that score too much. Pacers are up 3-1 in that one, so fingers crossed for a victory there, as that one is down low for a ball. It's 1-2. Halliburton played out of his mind in Game 4. 15 assists and no turnovers in his triple-double performance, as that one sailed well above everyone. Count is 2-2. Winner of Pacers-Knicks will face the Oklahoma City Thunder in the finals. Those guys are good this year. That's chopped on the ground foul. Good hands by first base coach down there. Good fundamentals. Nice sheepish smile down there. Count remains 2-2. And called strike 3, but the ball gets away. Tommy running to first. He will make it in safely, so it is a strikeout, but not a recorded out. Good hustle by Tommy. That one just squibbed out of the glove of Kingery.
Now batting second baseman number 12, Alden Short.
So that will count as a strikeout on the line for Gifford. This is Riker Gifford on the mound as brother Kyler, assuming it's brother Kyler, still in center. Sidearm back to first. That gets away. Tommy will advance to second. And that is the third error of the night. Second one by a pitcher. Tigers have as many hits as Panther errors, even at 3. As 3-0 Trip Sturgill's on deck. That one misses just high for a ball. Tigers in the middle of a long stretch of road games. Started at Van Meter on Saturday, Bondurant Farrar last night. Here in Knoxville tonight, at Norwalk tomorrow, and then it's 3 more road contests next week. Here's the 1-0. Down low 2-0. We have gotten the green light from 2 of the 3 road games next week to stream here on Tiger Broadcast. That's at Carroll on Wednesday and at Mason City on Thursday next week. And a called strike. Gilbert crowd didn't like that one. That looked a little low. It's 2-1. We have not gotten word from North Polk yet for that JV varsity doubleheader on Monday. Do you remember last year, though, that they said that between last year and this year, they'd vamp up their resources out there a little bit. So we're keeping our fingers crossed. That one's hit well to left. That one is not quite snagged out there. Great effort by the left fielder, Luke Roseboom, but it'll get in for a single, and short is 2 for 3. Still nobody out. First and second for Trip Sturgill, who had an RBI on an error earlier in the game. He leads this Tigers squad with 4 RBI. Has a chance for his 5th. The sun is starting to set here. Runners go. Well, that's at least McGuire going to third. It'll be a stolen base. Counts 1-0. Good jump by Tommy, even if that was cleanly gloved by Kingery. Probably had no shot at him. Kingery has been very tough back there for the Panthers tonight. Credit where credit is due. There goes Alden to second. That's popped up, foul out of play. So we're about to hit the 8 o'clock hour here in Knoxville. You can see a bit of that sun glare on your screen. Hopefully that sneaks behind the bleachers here in a few minutes. Here's the 1-1. That one is hit right to second base, but the throw gets away and into the dugout, and it's a line out to second, but an error thrown into the dugout that will score another run. It's 6-0. Don't see that very often. Can we call that half an RBI for Tripp? I want a petition to call that a half RBI. I don't think it would work, but it was squared up well, and it did lead to a run being scored. That's the 4th error defensively for the Panthers. They've had a rough night. E5, 2 E1s, and then an E4 there by Brady Roseboom. And that one's going to get away. Short advances to third. Score is now 6-0 as I update the score bug for you folks at home. This game was scoreless until the 3rd inning. It was shaping up to be a pitcher's duel, but not anymore. Big swing and a miss there by Popish. Seth had a nice RBI single in the previous inning. And we're going to have time called here as the battery of Kingery and Gifford will talk it over. Tommy McGuire struck out to start the inning, but the ball got away and he reached first, then nabbed a stolen base. Alden Short had a nice single to left. Valiant effort by Luke Roseboom to make the catch, but could only trap it. And then a screaming line out off the bat of Sturgill, but then an errant throw to try and double off Short at first resulted in an error that scored McGuire from third. So now it's 6-0. That one is hit to center field. This should score a run. Catch is made. There goes Short. Throw cut off and no throw to the plate. It'll be a sacrifice fly for Popish. That's his 2nd RBI of the night as he gets a nice ovation from the Gilbert crowd. And the Tigers up a touchdown here in the 4th inning. And the bases are empty with 2 away for Eldred. Ian had an RBI ground out last time. Eldred started to go around but held up 1-0. Knicks lead the Pacers 56-45 at halftime, but the Pacers have come back from worse. That one is hit well to left. That ball is back, still going back. It's going to one-hop the wall. This should be a standing double for Eldred, and it is. And Eldred revs the lawnmower at second base. I'm loving the Tiger celebrations this year. It's been a great wrinkle to the offense. Tigers have really squared the ball up tonight. That's their 5th hit. And here comes Josh Grauwinkle. He's been hit by a couple of pitches tonight. I'm sure he'd love to put one in play here to help his cause. Doing great on the bump tonight. That's a called strike. Two hits, a strikeout, and 2 earned runs. As that one's in the dirt, Eldred steals third. There's been a lot of Panther misses tonight that have been low. Kingery's had to gather them on a forehand. It's really hard to throw on a steal from a forehand, so the Tigers are taking advantage. That's on the ground to third. Brutal hop. It's bobbled. Throw to first is picked nicely for out number 3. Props to Rasta McCarty there for saving a run. But the Tigers get 2 more. They're up 7-0 after 3.5 here in Knoxville. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th in just a moment. Nice exchange there with Coach Gall. There is the smallest little specks of rain falling from one cloud right above us, but other than that, it is sunny. As that one is popped up into left field, running over and making the catch is designated player Mike Aleva to retire the 3-hitter Luke Roseboom for out number 1. Tigers have made it rain on offense. They've scored all 7 of their runs in the last 2 innings. As we're here in the bottom of the 4th, Kale Sleezer here with you on Tiger Broadcast. As that one misses high. Friendly reminder to anyone who missed it earlier, in the comments on this stream, I have left a link to the Huddle page for tomorrow's game against Norwalk. They will be streaming on Huddle. So that one misses high for a ball. On the off chance that the Huddle stream is not running tomorrow, Norwalk did tell us that we could bring our setup and get the ball rolling tomorrow if the Huddle stream is inactive. So stay tuned. I'll keep everyone updated on that as much as possible, as that's a called strike. Grauwinkle has been dealing on the mound tonight so far. 3 innings, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Ooh, just missed there. That was close. 3-1. McCarty had a nice pick at first to end the previous inning. And he draws a walk here to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Second walk issued by Grauwinkle.
Now batting for the Panthers, second baseman number 3, Brady Roseboom.
And here's Brady Roseboom. You have to give credit to the Panthers tonight. They've been pretty banged up. And Roseboom's first at-bat, he grounded out to third. And he might have tripped on the infield grass, the dirt in the infield going to the outfield grass. He fell down. He was down for a moment, clutching at his left ankle, but walked back to the dugout okay. And then Garrett Kingery, the designated player at catcher, took a shot earlier. That one is lined into center field for a base hit. Throw to second. Gets away a bit, but it's corralled by Bell. And unfortunately, that breaks up the no-hitter for Grauwinkle. That was squared well by Roseboom. And here's Brendan Woolsey. So the Panthers still showing some fight, down 7. It's first and second. Double play ball is in order. Tigers haven't turned one yet this year. They really haven't had much of an opportunity, but a really good one here. Grauwinkle's been dealing. Want to keep him in this game as long as possible, as that's fouled back to the screen. And there's Coach Gall hustling for another ball. Gotta get your steps in, says Coach Gall. Ain't that the truth? Here's the 0-1. That one misses high for ball 1. 1-1, 1 away. Runners on first and second, bottom of the 4th. Tigers lead 7-0, but Panthers have strung together what's been their best chance to score so far tonight. There's a strike. Good frame by Bell. As a passenger plane flies overhead here in Knoxville. 8:09 p.m. local time here in central Iowa. The 1-2. That one's flared to the right. This should get foul. It will. Count remains 1-2 on the third baseman Woolsey. Designated hitter Reagan Roberts awaits on deck. He grounded out to shortstop his last time. Another 1-2. Fouled away. Good fight here by Woolsey to stay alive. As the Tigers get a new ball from the dugout. Coach Gall staying active in there, whipping that ball out. Woolsey struck out his last time, trying very hard to make sure that doesn't happen again. He's fouled off a couple. 2 runners on, 1 away. Another 1-2. Chopped on the ground to third. Gloved by Zaz. Bobbled a little bit by Zaz. That was a tough play. If I'm scoring that, I score it an infield single. As Oz had to go a long way for that one. Coach Gall is going to call time and talk it over here. It will be scored an infield single, rightfully so. And that's back-to-back singles here by the Panthers to load the bases one away. Double play ball is in order. All the Tigers have to do is go to the closest base to getting out. Designated hitter Reagan Roberts waits in the wings. Beautiful night here in beautiful Knoxville, Iowa. Feels like 65 degrees, partly cloudy. Wish we could have this weather all summer. It is going to heat up starting tomorrow. I think it'll crack high 70s, low 80s here in central Iowa. It's been a very mild transition into the summer, which is very much liked by yours truly. First pitch to Roberts, called strike. Panthers prowl all three bases. 0-1 from Grauwinkle. That one's popped up. Who wants it? It's going to be Howard in right field. Catch made. Runner goes to the plate. And they might have a runner caught between second and third. A run will score. And Eldred runs him down. Had a nice little flick of the wrist to get the ball on the mound. A run does score. It'll be a sac fly for Roberts, but that's all. We go to the fifth. It is now 7-1. Tiger advantage. We'll be back in a moment.
Catcher number 15, Blake Bell.
Bottom of the order, top of the fifth for your Gilbert Tigers. Blake Bell, Matt Zaz, Braden Howard. So glad to have you here with us here on Tiger Broadcast. 21 of you here with us. Kale Sleazer on the mic as always. As ball one is dealt by Riker Gifford starting his second inning in relief. Gave up 2 runs last inning. Defense didn't help him out with 2 errors. Big swing and a miss by Bell for strike one. Bell was hit by a pitch last time and takes well high there for ball 2. Tigers have scored all their runs in the previous 2 innings, 5 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Gave 1 up in the bottom of the fourth, looking to get it back. That just misses outside. Good take by Bell there, 3-1. He can be picky here if he'd like. Matt Zaz awakes on deck. He's reached twice on an error and a walk. That one's popped up. That'll get foul out of play. And it sounds like that one narrowly missed a car, judging by the crowd reaction. Payoff pitch to Bell. Up high, ball 4. Good discipline by Blake. He takes the leadoff walk. On base for the second time tonight. Here comes Oz.
Third baseman number 20, Matt Zaz.
And Joey Pyfron will come in and run for Blake at first, as he usually does. Zaz takes a strike at the knees. It's been a pretty consistent spot tonight for the umpire. Similar zone to last night's umpire in Bondurant-Farrar. Tommy McGuire really pounded that lower outside corner with the curveball last night in an impressive start. 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, only the 1 run. And Trip Sturgill locked down the save, just like he did last year in Bondurant. Hopefully Sturgill's saves become more common this year. 1-1. That one just misses. 2-1. Sun has finally set below the bleachers here, so that one skips in. Really good pick there by Roston McCarty. He's picked a couple of nasty ones to save errors tonight. He ended the top of the 4th with a really nice pick that saved a run. 2-1. Up high, 3-1. A little bit of chin music there. Zaz coming in with a 7-14 on base tonight. In position to draw his 2nd walk of the night. There goes Pyfron. It skips away. It's ball 4. And Joey didn't have too much of a chance there at 2nd. But that's the 2nd walk of the night for Matt Zaz. Back-to-back walks issued by Riker Gifford to start the inning. And I think we're going to have a pitching change here as Gifford hands off the ball to the coaching staff. So he will get through 1+ innings and is responsible for both base runners. We'll see who his successor is. We'll see if it's a position player, not seeing anyone jog out of the bullpen quite yet. Looks like the ball has been handed off to a position player. Trying to get a number. Infield still talking it over. And I see a 1. This is going to be Luke Roseboom coming in from left field in relief. We'll step aside as Luke warms up, and we'll be back in just a moment. And Luke Roseboom is all warmed up. Runners return to their stations. It's Matt Zaz on first, Joey Pyfron courtesy running for Bell at 2nd, and Mr. Hustle Braden Howard comes into the box. Roseboom's first pitch, bunt shown, it's laid down. It is just foul. There is very harshly cut infield grass here in Knoxville. And what I mean by that is it's a very harsh drop-off between the level of the grass and the dirt. So that ball could have kissed the grass and rolled back fair if Howard squared that up properly. Here's the 0-1 bunt shown again and can't quite lay it down there. But getting to third on a stolen base is Joey Pyfron. Great jump by Joey there. That's why he's the courtesy runner. Oh, 2. That one is down low for ball 1. Concluding Howard's at bat will get back to the top of the order in Tommy McGuire, who has walked. And that one is on the ground to the left side. It's cleanly gloved. Throw to first. Mr. Hustle strikes again. It's an infield single and an RBI for Braden Howard, the track star. And it's 8-1. Tommy and Braden are so fun to watch with their small ball hustle, and it pays off again there. Still nobody out here in the top of the 5th as it's 8-1. Can hear the Gilbert parents chatting. Howard has a good start out of the box there. I agree with that. That's a called strike. Just throwing this out there, should the Tigers score 3 more runs in the next couple of innings and hold the Panthers, they could get out of here with a run rule should it continue to trend in this direction. That's down low for a ball. That run will be charged to Riker Gifford, who left earlier in the inning. He now has 3 earned runs on his line. And that one skips low, 2-1. Garrett Kingery, the Panther catcher, has fought valiantly back there tonight. Has taken a few shots. Has dug a lot of balls out of the dirt, though. Definitely saved several wild pitches. That is on the ground to second. Bobbled at second. Bobbled again. Throw to first. Not in time. And the bases are loaded. That is the 5th Panther error of the night. And the second error by the second baseman, Brady Roseboom. Bags full of Tigers. Still nobody out. Just not the Panthers' night tonight. In danger of falling to 1-4 on the year. Strike called on short. He started to load on that back foot, but decided he didn't like that one. Tigers have scored in each inning since the 3rd. Looking to really pile on here. Big swing and a miss by short. He had extra bases in mind there. Roseboom took something off of that one. That died out. Trip Sturgill awaits on deck. That one's popped up foul. And it falls harmlessly.
What'd she do? Oh, she watching?
I've been told that Grandma Sturgill says hello. Thanks for tuning in to Tiger Broadcast, everybody. That one misses outside for a ball.
Wait for my grandma. Come on.
Tripp says hi to Grandma. Bases loaded, still nobody out. 1-2 to short. That's skied into shallow right. Who wants it? Calling for it and making the catch is the second baseman for out number 1. Good swing by short, just a little bit under that one. And the Panthers finally record the first out of the inning. We'll see if Tripp can get an RBI for Grandma here. All he needs is a fly ball to the outfield. Tripp does have an RBI on the night. That's popped up foul. Look out, press box. A few bangs on the bleachers there. Everyone looks okay. One away, one home in the inning. 8-1 our score. Sturgill already leading the team in RBI coming into tonight. Has one, looking for more. Just high for a ball. Good take from Sturgill there. A walk would do the trick RBI-wise. Seth Popish on deck has 2 RBI tonight on a single and a sac fly. 1-1. That one is smashed to left, but this is going to go foul. That didn't quite have home run distance, but that was mauled down the left field line. Score update on Knicks Pacers. Knicks lead 66-50. About 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Count remains 1-2. And just fouled away by Sturgill there. He stays alive. There's Ian Eldred hustling out of the dugout and then hustling back in as Garrett Kingery says, "Not today. That's mine. This is my area of the park. I've been digging out all the balls in the dirt. This one's mine." Another 1-2. Just outside, 2-2. Matt Zaz on third. Braden Howard on second. Tommy McGuire on first. 2-2, 1 away. And a 7-run ball game. Down low, 3-2. Sturgill's showing excellent discipline here. Sturgill can pick his poison here. That is roped down the line. Coach Gall did have to dodge that one. Good cat-like reflexes, tiger-like reflexes down there by the head coach as him and Zazie are smiling that one off. Loving the energy here from this Tigers team. Lots of smiles, lots of celebrations, lots of cheering the guys on through the first few games of this season. As another 3-2 is foul, tipped into the glove for strike 3. An unfortunate strikeout for Sturgill. It was a valiant battle. But Luke Roseboom, the victor, as he gets his first strikeout and 2's away. Seth Popish has had a nice night. He's got 2 RBI, and if he were to put one in the gap here, he could have a chance of unloading the bases with the speed at second and first by Howard and McGuire. Seth has the power. He did have a home run on the road last year. That one misses high for a ball. Should the inning continue, Ian Eldred's on deck. He has a double and an RBI and separate at-bats tonight. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. About to hit 8:30 p.m. local time here in Knoxville, Iowa. Beautiful, beautiful night for baseball. Picture perfect. Mid-60s, partly cloudy, nice light breeze. That one's popped up. Had to keep my head on a swivel there. That was a little close for comfort. Just hurdled the light pole right behind us here. Falls harmlessly about, I'd say, 20, 25 feet behind me. Count is 1-2. The offering. Down low, 2-2. On number 22 in red and white. Infield playing pretty far back here with the bases loaded, 2 away. That's high, 3-2. And just like Sturgill before him, Popish has worked the count full. Another valiant effort between a Tiger batter and new reliever Luke Roseboom. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good effort by Luke Roseboom to stop the bleeding, but the Tigers get a run back. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 8-1 in Knoxville. We'll be back in just a moment.
Ferguson.
789. 789. Let's go right at him.
Gonna have a pinch hitter for Ferguson here. In the 8 spots to start the inning. That one's popped up on the infield. Running back and calling for the ball and dropping it is Grauwinkle. Probably should have let that one go for short at second. So the leadoff man is on for the Panthers.
Batting number 7, Gilbert.
Still no official score on that play. We'll assume it's an E1 by Grauwinkle. Should have let that one go. So that one misses high for a ball. And that will be charged an error officially on Grauwinkle. First Tiger error of the night. That one tails inside. 8-1 our score. Tigers have scored in bunches. 5 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 1 run in the fifth. Panthers got their run in the fourth. And that one misses 3-0. Or did they call that a balk? I think they called that a balk. As the runner advances to second. Interesting. Not the most emphatic balk call by the field umpire there, but he's giving an explanation to Grauwinkle on the mound. I saw some friendly smiles there. Sounds like Josh said, all right, I hear you. I'll try not to do that again. That one's inside 3-0. We'll see how much longer the leash is here on Josh. Got off to a very strong start, but faltering a little bit here to start the fifth. There's a strike on 3-0. That one is hit to center, but an easy catch for Tommy McGuire for out number 1. So Gifford is retired. We'll score that one in L8. It was squared up pretty well. We're back to the top of the order in Kyler Gifford, the Panther center fielder who's 0 for 2. Grounded into a fielder's choice last time. Great pick by Eldred at shortstop. Turn that play. That one is hit well to right. That is down the line. That is a fair ball. This will score a run. And it'll be a 1-out double for Kyler Gifford. It's now 8-2. That's definitely the hardest hit ball we've seen from the Panthers tonight. Third hit of the night for Knoxville. We do not have a view of the Tiger bullpen here. We're on the left side of the dugout. Bullpen is on the right side. Here's the shortstop, Lincoln Norris. Hit by pitch. And a line out to right his last time. That's hit well to third. Nice one-hand snag and a throw back to the mound by the Panther third base coach. That was slick. Coaches are athletes. Don't let anyone tell you any differently. 0-1. That misses high. 1-1. Next offering from Grauwinkle. That one's hit well to center. McGuire on his horse and makes the catch on the run. We could have a double play at second, and it's bobbled by short. Throw back to second is offline.
What are we doing? Play catch.
And Coach Gall not happy with that one. That should have been a double play. Couldn't capitalize on the Knoxville mistake.
Yeah, he caught the ball. Yeah, he caught the ball. Caught the ball. He didn't know.
We're having some discussion here by the field umpires. I think they're just reminding everyone that the ball off of Norris's bat got caught. Great range by Tommy McGuire, but the Tigers can't quite double it up. Should have been out of the inning. Here comes Luke Roseboom. He takes well inside. If there were gold gloves on the high school level, Tommy McGuire would almost certainly win one in center field. He is that good. That one misses high for a ball. I thought that that one would have even gotten past Tommy. He had to really book it for that ball. Made a nice lunging catch over his back shoulder. Here's a 2-0. That's fouled away. Count 2-1. One home in the inning off of an RBI double by leadoff man Kyler Gifford. Tigers have 8 runs on 6 hits, have 1 error. Panthers 2 runs, 3 hits, and 5 errors defensively. It's been a rough one out there for them tonight as that's foul tipped into the glove of Bell for a strike. Should the inning continue, Roston McCarty, the cleanup man, is due up next. 2-2. Up high, 3-2. McCarty on deck drew a walk his last time. Roseboom in the box is struck out and flown out to left. (3-2). Fouled back to the screen. Good fight by Luke Roseboom here to stay alive. Knicks Pacers update. Knicks are up 72-55 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And another 3-2. Fouled away again. Luke Roseboom not making this easy on Grauwinkle. Trying to get through 5 innings of 2-run ball. He's pitched very well tonight for the Tigers. Another 3-2. Up high, ball 4. That's the third Grauwinkle walk of the evening. And McCarty will get a chance here in the 5th.
Now batting first baseman number 4, Austin McCarty. What's that?
Tigers can get a force out at 1, 2, or 3 here. Don't have to work too hard for this out. That one is flown out to left. Leyva under it, makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Panthers get 1, but it's still all Tigers here in Knoxville. It's 8-2 through 5 innings of play. We'll be back with the top of the 6th in just a moment. Welcome back to Gilbert Tigers baseball here on Tiger Broadcast.
Shortstop number 10.
Eldred, Grauwinkle, Bell, 5, 6, 7 for the Tigers here to start the 6th. Absolutely picture-perfect evening for baseball here in Knoxville, Iowa. 65 and partly cloudy as the sun sets. That one's hit well to left. That ball is back. That ball will one-hop the wall. It'll be another stand-up double for Ian Eldred, who revs the lawnmower once again at second base. First pitch ambush. 2 doubles and an RBI on the night for Ian. Gotta love that if you're Coach Gall. Here's Grauwinkle taking another at-bat. He's 0 for 1, but has been hit by 2 pitches. Now's the time for that first hit of the year for Josh. Bunt shown. It'll be popped up to the screen. There goes Tommy flying out of the dugout for that ball. Here's the 0-1. Runner goes. It's in the dirt. And Eldred thought about going home. But he will stay at third base. It'll be a true stolen base. He was off and running. Eldred, the best base stealer on this team. His first steal tonight. Joins Tommy McGuire and Joey Pyfron on the steals list tonight. 3 total steals for the Tigers. That's on the ground to short. It's cleanly gloved. Throw to first is in time, but it'll be an RBI ground out for Josh Grauwinkle, continuing his nice night. RBI 6-3, and it's now 9-2.
Now batting, number 15, Blake Bell.
Bell's reached base twice, hit by pitch and a walk. Valiant walk last time. Drew a full count and took a close one up high for ball 4. Takes a strike there. Luke Roseboom has done very well on the mound in relief. Inning and a third, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Definitely could have given up more. Runners left behind by Riker Gifford. Bell's down in the count 0-2. He'll have to fight here. Matt Zaz awaits in the on-deck circle. That one is hit. Base hit down the left field line. Bell's on his horse. He's going to round first and wisely stop. But the ball gets away, and it's flagged down by the first baseman. But a nice single down the left field line for Blake Bell. Good 0-2 approach there, protecting with 2 strikes as Pyfron will take over courtesy running. Second hit given up by Roseboom. That one is flared, but it won't get past the shortstop. It'll be a bit of a pop out there for Zaz. First time he hasn't reached base tonight. We'll score that a P6. And here comes Braden Howard, who legged out one of his signature infield singles last time.
If he gets on, should I buy, or is that kind of good? If he wanted a pitcher again, I'm actually going to, throw my helmet. I might. Oh, 3.
2 away, runner on first is Joey Pyfron, courtesy running for Bell. 1 home in the inning. Tigers have scored in every inning since the 3rd. Howard takes low for a ball.
That is so frustrating.
Strikeout, fly out to left. RBI infield single for Braden, his last time. Big swing and a miss there. 1-1. Knicks lead the Pacers 81-64 with 3 minutes left in the 3rd. Knicks have outscored the Pacers in every quarter. That's a called strike.
No, what? He hit it hard. If he had a good bat.
Tigers looking to hold on to this one and get to a 3-2 record on the year. Valiant 3-2 have played very good baseball. On pace for their biggest win of the year. Runner goes. That's down low, and a stolen base for Joey. That's his second. Folks, I genuinely do feel for the Panther catcher, Garrett Kingery, back there. He has just had no chance to catch these base runners, forearming about every low pitch. And he has just taken crazy punishment back there, as this one will be a wild pitch that he does stay in front of, but can't quite gather. Count 3-2.
He was tall, though. I can see why you would like that last guy.
Payoff pitch to Howard. Fouled away. Good grit by Braden there. Gets a nice hand from the dugout. Should the inning continue, we'll go back to the top of the order and Tommy McGuire. He has walked and stolen a base after reaching on a bit of a wild pitch strikeout and then reached on an E4 his last time. Another 3-2. On the ground to third, cleanly gloved. Throw to first is just in time to get this speedy Howard. Bit of a ping-pong battle between these two teams. The last 4 half innings have seen a run score. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 9-2 Tigers over the Panthers. Josh Growinkle will return to the mound when we come back.
Now batting for the Panthers, second baseman number 3, Brady Rosaboom.
Brady Rosaboom will lead it off for the Panthers, 5-6-7 here in the bottom of inning number 6. Thanks to the 20 of you still with us here on Tiger Broadcast. Kale Sleazer here with you. Always a great time here on Tiger Broadcast. Josh Growinkle returns to the mound. Deals high for a ball there. Another friendly reminder, tomorrow's stream will in all likelihood be on the Norwalk Huddle. That link is left in the comment left below this stream to that Huddle link that's popped up. Ooh, it sounded like that one hit a car. Didn't sound like a windshield, though, so that's fortunate. Count 1-1. On the off chance that the Norwalk Huddle is not streaming tomorrow night, we do have permission to bring the Tiger Broadcast mobile unit as a backup, as this one has popped up on the infield. Sturgill calls for it, makes the fair catch for out number 1. P3 on Brady Rosaboom. And here comes Brendan Woolsey.
Number 11, Brendan Woolsey.
Woolsey is 1 for 2, strikeout single on his line so far tonight. Folks, if I could choose nights of weather to keep in a bottle and use for later, I would pick this night. Beautiful night here in Knoxville as that swung on and missed for a strike. Beautiful sunset off the left side of your screen. 65, partly cloudy. Just a picture-perfect night for baseball here in Iowa. On the ground to Eldred at short, and he bobbles it. That'll be an E6. That's the second Gilbert error of the evening. Eldred's been snake bit by that error line a fair bit these last couple of years. Made a very nice play earlier, though. Double play ball is in order. So that misses high for a ball. Reagan Roberts, the DH, had a sac fly to score the first Panther run of the night. Good frame by Bell at the knees for a strike. 1-1. Swing and a miss. High heat for strike 2. Good pitch there from Grauwinkle. 3 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 runs, and 5 1/3 so far for Grauwinkle. 1-2. Ooh, fouled off of the home plate umpire. Ouch. He'll take a second to walk that one off. He seems okay. He's giving a nice smile to Blake back there. That's always a good sign. Mentioned it earlier, that catcher-umpire relationship is very important. Sturgill getting some signs at first base as Bell has to reach a bit for that one. 2-2. I think they were calling an audible there for Sturgill at first, and he says, "I thought you guys were telling me something was sticking out of my back pocket." No, that's the play, back pocket. That one skied to the outfield. Who wants it? Eldred under it, makes the catch, out number 2. Score that one a P6 on the DH Roberts. Here comes Jessen Ferguson back into the game. He had a pinch hitter his last time, but now back for his second appearance. He struck out his first time. That one misses high and tight. Ferguson had to dodge that one. Ferguson on the hook for the loss. 3 innings, 3 hits, a walk, a strikeout. 5 runs, only 4 of them earned. The Panther defense has not been sharp tonight. 5 errors. 7 total errors in this ball game. Seemed pretty clean defensive baseball in Tigers games up to this point this year. That one is waved at and missed for a strike, 1-1. Should the inning continue, right fielder Riker Gifford is on deck with brother Kyler in the hole behind him. 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Josh is pumping the fastball. Does he try it again? Up 1-2. 1-2. That one is flared to right center field. Tommy McGuire makes a bit of a bunny hop catch out there, showing some swag on that snag. Josh Grauwinkle is through 6 innings of 2-run ball. Tigers will come to bat in the 7th. Up 7 here in Knoxville.
Number 2, Tommy McGuire.
Top of the 7th, top of the order for your Gilbert Tigers. Tommy McGuire, Alden Short, Tripp Sturgill. K.O. Sleazer here with you on Tiger Broadcast. Always a fun night. when the Tigers play baseball. Looking to hang on here and go 3-2 on the year. That's roped into right field for a base hit. It'll be a leadoff single for Tommy. Another first pitch ambush from the Tigers. That's been a pretty common approach here to start the season. Tommy's first knock of the night. That'll bring up Alden. Ninth Tiger hit of the night. Short takes low for a ball. Luke Roseboom is still out there on the mound. He's getting his innings in relief. This is his third inning. Alden has 2 hits. Fought valiantly in his last at-bat, but popped out on a full count. Throw back to first. Tommy dives back in safely. Roston McCarty over there at first has a nice glove. Has picked a lot of nasty hops in the dirt tonight. Another throw back to first. Another dive back in safely by Tommy. Knicks Pacers score update. Knicks up 86-71. 15-point difference as the third quarter winds down. And Tommy's going to go. He might get caught here. Prancing back to first, now over to second. And he's safe! He swims around the tag! Oh, baby! Oh, folks, I wish that would have gotten caught on camera. That was a thing of beauty. Tommy did a swim move around the right side of the bag and absolutely saved his base running life. That is one of the best stolen bases you will ever see. Wow. Some magic from the Tiger center fielder, Tommy McGuire. Short takes a strike. Didn't love that call. Count is 1-1. That one's on the ground to third. It's cleanly gloved. Throw to first is in time. Throw to third is high, but backed up nicely. Tommy advances to third, and there's one away. Here comes Sturgill. Score that one a 5-3 ground out on short. Tripp squared up the ball well tonight. Does not have a hit, though. Does have an RBI when he reached on an error with the bases loaded. That's popped up foul out of play. Tigers looking to crack double digits for the first time this season as they lead 9-2. And a called strike upper part of the zone. That one was close. Can honestly flip a coin on that one. That one's hit well to center field, running back, and not making the catch is the center fielder. This will be an RBI double for Tripp Sturgill, and Grandma Sturgill's got to love that one. Rev the lawnmower Tripp. We've got to get that on camera during the next home doubleheader against Winterset. That is great. 10-2 Tigers after the RBI double from Tripp. Here comes Popish, who has 2 RBI tonight.
Now batting DH, number 22, Seth.
That was squared very well over the head of Kyler Gifford in center field. That one misses high for a ball. That's the first run that Luke Roseboom has given up out of the bullpen through 2 1/3 in relief. Valiant effort from the kid. 1-0. Called strike. That's been a consistent spot this inning, right at the letters. Fly out to left, RBI single, sac fly, strikeout for Seth so far. Big swing there. count 1-2 as Roseboom pulled the string there on the curveball. That was a nice offering. 1-2. Just outside 2-2. Good take from Seth there. Ian Eldred waits on deck. He's had a nice night at the plate. 2 doubles, RBI. Swiped a bag earlier as well. That one's popped up. That'll get foul out of play. Did not hear the dent of a car hood here, which is always a good sign. You always got to be really careful where you park at the ball game. Another 2-2 in the dirt. Stopped nicely, but going to third is Sturgill. That'll be a wild pitch. Valiant effort back there by Garrett Kingery, the designated player and catcher for the Panthers tonight. He has not had an easy night back there. And that goes off the shin guard of Popish. We'll have another 2-2. Count full on Popish. Sturgill at third. In the dirt, ball 4. And the on-base percentage continues to swell for Seth Popish, showing great discipline at the plate. And we'll see if Eldred can get his 3rd hit of the night. That's also the first walk issued by Roseboom tonight. That one is roped. Base hit into left field. This will score a run. Popish stops at second. Eldred stops at first. Have a night, Ian Eldred with his 3rd base hit. 11-2 Tigers. Another first pitch ambush. Perfectly tucked down the left field line there by Eldred. Here's Grauwinkle, who pops it just off the screen. Blake Bell will trot to get that ball from the on-deck circle. Josh still searching for that first hit. He's had a good night at the plate, though. Had an RBI ground out last time and got hit by a pitch his first 2 trips. Takes down low for a ball. Tigers have scored in every inning since the 3rd. 5-2-1-1-2. That misses high for ball 2. Bell on deck's had a nice night. Hit by pitch, walk, single. Fouled away by Grauwinkle. And good hustle by Matt Zaz out of the dugout there to snag that one. That's he'll dart past your screen right here. 2-2 on Josh. Down low, ball 3. Tigers have worked a lot of deep counts tonight. Payoff pitch. Popped up. Who wants it? First baseman Roston McCarty makes the catch for out number 2. Score that one a P3. We'll see if Bell opts for the first pitch ambush.
Now batting number 15, Blake Bell.
2 home in the inning. Tigers looking for more. First pitch to Bell. Takes low for a ball. Should the inning continue, Matt Zaz is on deck. He's reached 3 times on an error and 2 walks. That's on the ground to the left side, and that's going to go off of Seth Popish. Don't see that very often, but that is an out as Seth couldn't quite hurdle that ball. And that ends the top of the 7th. Looks like Josh Groundwinkle is going to come out on the mound and try for the complete game victory. We'll see if he can pull it off after this last break.
Number 7, Riker Gifford.
9-1-2 due up for the Panthers. Riker Gifford, Kyler Gifford, Lincoln Norris to start the bottom of the 7th. But Josh Groundwinkle is going to try for a complete game victory. 3 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 earned runs through 6 innings of very good baseball as he deals ball 1. Tigers have 11 runs on 11 hits. Scored in every inning except the first 2. That's popped up. That's going to get foul out of play. Got an announcement from the public address announcer over the break. Sounds like the Knoxville boys soccer team is heading to state after winning their sub-state final game tonight. That's fouled back for a strike. Have to give a shout out to the Gilbert girls golf team, who is playing very well through day 1 of state. I believe they are in first place right now. That just misses ball 2. 2-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Good offering from Groundwinkle. That's his 4th punch out.
Now batting, center fielder
Back to the top of the order.
Kyler Gifford.
Kyler Gifford had an RBI double his last time up. That would have been in the 5th. That one skied into left center field. McGuire. Catch made. 2 away. And the potential final out of the night rests on the shoulders of the Panthers shortstop, Lincoln Norris. Hit by pitch, line out to right, fly out to center. Called strike. The starting pitching for Tigers baseball this season has been phenomenal. Looking for their 2nd complete game victory here. Popped up foul. And the Panthers down to their final strike. Tigers putting up a season-best 11 runs on the scoreboard tonight. Looking to win in back-to-back games for the first time in 2 years in the regular season, as that's fouled back. Tigers won 2 sub-state games in a row last July, but did not string together consecutive wins in the regular season. Looking to do that for the first time since 2023. The 0-2. That's rope, base hit into left. Panthers aren't quite done yet. So that is a 2-out single for Norris, his first knock of the night.
Now batting number 1, Luke Rosaboom.
And here comes Luke Rosaboom, who's 0 for 2, but drew a walk his last time. Called strike. Sun has just about fully set here in Knoxville. That's swung on and missed, and Bell will just eat that one. Probably wouldn't have gotten Norris on that really good jump. We'll give him a stolen base there. But that was called a strike. Called strike 3. Tigers win. Our final score, the Gilbert Tigers 11, the Knoxville Panthers 2. It was a stalemate through the first 2 innings, but the Tigers exploded for 5 runs in the top of the 3rd and did not look back. Josh Grauwinkle pitched an absolute gem. 7 innings of 2-run ball, 4 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Ian Eldred was the bright spot on offense tonight. 3 hits and 2 RBI. Seth Popish was great offensively as well. RBI single and a sac fly. I'm running through the scorecard here. Every Tiger reached base at some point tonight. You absolutely love to see that. Tigers are back above 500 at 3-2. They will be on the road tomorrow night at Norwalk. That link is provided to their huddle stream in the comments on this stream. But if for some reason their huddle stream is not active tomorrow, we have been given permission to bring our setup as a backup. If we don't see you then, the Tigers slate next week is as follows. Monday, the Tigers are on the road at North Polk. We have yet to hear from them on if Tiger broadcast will be permitted there. But for sure, we will see you Wednesday, June 4th at Carroll, and Thursday, June 5th at Mason City, right here on Tiger Broadcast. Until we see you again, my name is Cale Sleazer. Thank you folks so much for joining me for another great night of Gilbert Tigers baseball. Folks, this season has been great so far, and it's just going to keep getting better. The Tigers are smiling, having fun, squaring up the ball, and absolutely dealing on the mound. Good things are coming for this team. We hope to see you right back here again. Whenever we're back up again, we'll keep you folks posted. Stay safe out there, everybody, and have yourselves a great and very nice Thursday night. Go Tigers!